going on, everybody? This is Mason. You're tuning into the YouTube channel Wasatch Pop, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day, fantastic week. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. We've got some pretty exciting stuff to take a look at today and talk about today. So Funko this last week released all of their exclusives for New York Comic Con. Now, I'm really excited to talk about these, but most importantly, I want to focus on where these are going to be available for you guys to buy and the best ways to get them. At least from my opinion and my advice, I've been doing this for, it feels like 3 or 4 years or whatever. So I might have some insight to share with you guys, and hopefully, this helps you out in getting some of the pops that you want this year for New York Comic Con. Now, there are a lot of really cool exclusives actually this year, and there's like a good amount as far as like from San Diego Comic Con. I think they just had more pops, readily available and stuff, and production ended up working out better for this con at least. I would say that there's a good majority of stuff that I actually want. All right, guys, so let's just do it right out of the gate. So I can share the shared list right up here. You guys can kind of follow along with me while I give my tips or whatever on all these. But let's go ahead and let's just start out with Amazon. So Amazon has a couple of different ones here. They have Jiminy Cricket, they have The Child, they have Robin Sparkles, and they also have Fezzik from The Princess Bride, and that's a 6-inch pop, I believe. Amazon usually, when it comes to con stuff, obviously it's online, so you're going to find it on Amazon.com or the Amazon app, and usually they release their exclusives a couple days before, maybe even a week before the con, but they don't actually ship out to you until a couple weeks later. It's kind of weird. They put their pre-orders up early, but they end up doing their pops, like shipping them out a little bit later. So my best advice is just be on Instagram, follow diz.pops, Serlent Pops, Funko Finders, or whatever. They always will have the links like right when they go up, but just be on the lookout and just be aware that it might be about a week early that actually those exclusives will go up for pre-order. We're kind of just going, how this list is or whatever. So there's a couple that are show only. The show actually isn't happening, but apparently these are going to be limited pieces. So there is the Umbrella Academy Ben when he's a kid, and there's also, I think it's like Escape from New York. I'm not sure what the character's name is on this, but I don't know if that's a limited piece count on that. But these are going to be on the Funko Shop. Obviously, they're not going to really be available anywhere else because there's no show. So I don't know. If you're wanting this one, be quick when Funko drops their stuff. And I'm assuming that they'll drop them on October 8th, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, guys, just, have your internet ready, have a couple phones or laptop ready or whatever if you want the limited piece ones, because they're not going to be easy to get. All right, if we're going across here, so let's focus on, I think it's Quidditch World Cup Ron. So this is going to be exclusive for Books A Million, which I don't really know much about. The Books A Million store actually isn't here in Utah. I think it's more of like an East Coast thing, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm trying to remember what the other store that's similar to it. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but this is going to be, online as well. And I honestly don't know much about Books A Million, so I can't really share a ton of information with you on this, but it's going to be in store October 8th, and then it will also be online on their website, probably either before that day or after that day in that weekend. We have a lot of different stuff for the Funko Shop that you can only get online on Funko's website. So let's take a look. We have the Breast Cancer Awareness Joker. We have, I think it's Mrs. Weasley with the burrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think I said that right. We have Captain Crook from McDonald's. We also have the Dum Dums sucker ad icon. There is the pigeon. There's like the New York rat. I don't even know what it's called or whatever. They have a couple of Hanna-Barbera characters. I think it's like Trixie, and I'd have to double check on the name. And then they have Luke and Leia, like the training Luke and Leia Jedi training or whatever. And a couple of Funko Sodas, which is Freddy Funko and She-Ra. I think the Freddy Funko is limited to 2,000. I'd have to double check and see what the number is on She-Ra. I can't see it on this list right here. But as far as these go, like I said, with the limited ones that I mentioned before, Funko Shop only. So, I always like to have a couple of different options. So I have my laptop, I have my phone, and whatever, maybe like your friend or your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, or whoever it may be, can help out on this, and they can have an extra phone or laptop. But be there right when they drop these, because I think their site's improved from last time from San Diego Comic-Con, but this is the only way that you're going to be able to get these pops right here if you're in the United States. So like I said, when they drop, just be ready and cross your fingers and hope everything goes good. A couple of things to be aware of. I know Funko's put a CAPTCHA on the Pops on the Funko Shop. So you'll have to like solve one of those little like puzzles or whatever that says select all the traffic lights or select all the cars. So be prepared for that, because that might, you know, fumble some people up. But yeah, guys, that's how you're going to be able to get the ones on the Funko Shop. All right, guys, let's move right along. I find this one interesting. Barnes & Noble actually is going to get exclusives. They didn't for San Diego Comic-Con. I wonder if they were just hit pretty hard with the pandemic and didn't want to take in any extra inventory. But we have Wonder Woman, and we also have, I think it's the Venomized Magneto. Both really cool pops. And with Barnes & Noble, I know Barnes & Noble is pretty notorious. I don't think it's going to be at the exact day of the con, like October 8th, but usually that weekend their exclusives go up online, and then those will be available in store right when they open. I'm not sure as far as quantities goes. If I had to guess, I don't think there's going to be a ton at each store, considering, you know, with the pandemic, and maybe they just want to, you know, test the waters a little bit on ordering new Funko stuff. But as far as Barnes & Noble goes, if this is something that you want, I definitely hit this up first, because in my opinion, I don't think there's going to be a ton at each store. Next up, guys, we have Box Lunch. We have, I think it's Zombie Daredevil. There's Carl and Ellie. It's kind of like a movie moment of when they're kind of like younger age or whatever, newlywed age. There is also a Flocked Growlithe, which is a Pokemon Pop, obviously. Box Lunch usually will go live the same time as Hot Topic, so whether that's October 8th or that weekend. Like I said, if you're curious to know when these go online, follow Diz.Pops and all those guys like I mentioned before, because they are usually on top of it and know when those things drop. But as far as like in-store releases, if I would say probably the most popular out of all of these would probably be Carl and Ellie to get. So if that's like your #1 pop, definitely go to Box Lunch first, because a lot of people are going to go after that, because for San Diego Comic-Con last year, they had a Carl and Ellie 2-pack that was very popular, has gone up in price like crazy. And so this kind of has the potential of that, but it's a little bit of a different pop. It's not a 2-pack, it's more of a moment. But as far as Box Lunch goes, it should be fairly easy to get everything. And if this is something, one of these ones that you want, go to this store first. All right, this one's kind of a wild card. I don't really know much about Entertainment Earth, but they do have a very sought after exclusive, one that I'm definitely gonna try for. And this is Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. This is, well, it's not a 2-pack, it's more of a 2-pack bundle. So they'll come in individual boxes. Entertainment Earth, obviously, so they're online only. I wonder if some of like the exclusive retailers for Entertainment Earth will get some of these pops. It might be 50-50. I've seen that before. Like in my area, I have a store called Entertain Mart. They occasionally get them into store, which that might be the case on this, but I'm not sure. It's kind of a 50-50 thing. But yeah, like I said, Entertainment Earth is usually pretty good on their website. I've done pre-orders with them for common pops, and I think they'll have a good amount of these guys, but I think they'll sell out pretty quick, because a lot of people like these characters. A lot of people like SpongeBob, like me. They grew up with SpongeBob. So as far as how it goes, I would just pay attention, you know, the whole Comic-Con weekend. Follow those Instagram pages that I suggested to know when this goes live, and you should be good to go. All right, guys, FYE only has one exclusive this year, and it is Baker Stitch. People really love Stitch, but I don't imagine this one being very hard to get. If it's their only exclusive, FYE, you know, has the tendency to have a lot of inventory, and so they'll be getting this in store. They'll have it on their website for sure, and I don't think this is going to be a hard one to get. So if this is one of your top wants, I would be actually pretty happy, because I don't foresee this being a very difficult one to obtain. GameStop has actually a lot of different pops here. And if I don't know some of these names, I apologize if I say them wrong. So we have Ian, I think I said that right, a Flocked Ian with a t-shirt, and that's from Cowboy Bebop, I think. We have Beetlejuice, which is glow in the dark. We have a Werewolf Bart, which is Treehouse of Horror pop. Something from Naruto. I can't remember the name of the pop. Let me look and see what her name is here. It's like Keg. I don't even want to try. Starts with a K, but it's a Naruto pop. Anyways, and then there is a 10-inch Beastman. And then there's a new like graffiti artist series pop with Miles Morales. It's like a moment. It's going to be the first one in the line, and that will be exclusive to GameStop. GameStop, kind of a wild card as well. If you're wanting any of these, definitely show up to the store as fast as you can. Usually some of these other stores will open before GameStop, and GameStop opens later. At least for me, it's like usually like an hour later. So you usually have a good amount of time to go over there and wait in line. But website should be pretty good. Ones that you guys should be aware of, I think the Ian will be a pretty popular one. I think the Naruto one will be popular as well. People love that show, love the anime. And then, I don't know, Werewolf Bart, people love The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. I'm definitely going to go after that. But GameStop has a pretty decent lineup of pops. So I imagine the lines being pretty good at GameStop and them selling out fairly quickly on the majority of these on their website. But if you want to know when these drop, like I said, follow the Instagram pages I suggested because they'll help you out a ton. Okay, we're on to our last 4 stores here. So we have Hot Topic, which I think this is going to be the craziest one. They have a lot of things like it covering a lot of different genres that people really love. So the exclusives that they have Mr. Compress, I think I said that right, or Compress, or however you want to say it, from My Hero Academia. They have Comic Book Guy from The Simpsons, which I think looks really cool. They have the Red Goblin, and they have Nightwing as well, which is a DC one. And then this guy, I'm not sure what he's from. Let me look up his name. It's like Junji or something. It's like a Crunchyroll anime show or something. I really don't know much about it, but I foresee Hot Topic being very hard to get some of these from. So Hot Topic usually has, it depends on the store, but I think a majority of the stores have that 5 pop per person limit. And so if your store only got like 15 of something, like the first 3 people are going to buy out exclusives. That's what happened when they had, I think it was Bakugo for last Comic-Con. A lot of people bought those out at store because, you know, the limits were so high, and so the first like 3 or so people were able to buy out like the entire stock of everything. So if you're a My Hero Academia fan, this should be the first store that you hit up because it's going to sell out super quick like the last one did, like Bakugo did, and the website's going to be crazy as well. And a couple other ones that I think could be wild cards. Comic Book Guy I think is going to be a popular one. Red Goblin I think is going to be fairly popular, and then the other one, I'm not sure what the fan base is on that other anime, but yeah guys, Hot Topic might be pretty crazy. So if you're wanting one of those pops, definitely go to that store first. It's going to be a little bit nuts. Target, guys, Target I think has one of the most hyped exclusives for this year's New York Comic-Con. And we have, well, let's just like talk about it. First, we have Danny Phantom. First Funko Pop of Danny Phantom. It's going to be available at Target. There's also a flocked Pikachu, which is like an angry, charged up Pikachu or something, and a G.I. Joe Retro Toys Beachhead. So Target, I want to give you a little bit of advice on this. Target, depends on your store. You might have to check. One thing that I want to suggest with Target is use Pop Finder. Now, Pop Finder is a way that you can check inventory on each Target store, and you're able to look at pops according to like an inventory number that is attached to each pop. So I can put up the inventory list right here so you know the numbers of each of those. But if you're wondering when your Target gets those in stock, check that at least a week before the con happens. And sometimes they'll actually release it before you know, the day of New York Comic Con, which is October 8th. So I would just be on the lookout, look to see when your store gets them in stock, and definitely be there that day of that you notice if you want any of these pops. I know I'm looking for Danny Phantom for sure. That's going to be a lot of people's wants for sure, definitely 100%. So like I said, use Pop Finder, use that number, check the inventory at your store, and if they have them, head straight to Target. Even if they're not going to release them on that day, you know that they have them there. They could release them early, but definitely ask an employee, and I don't know, good luck and see how it goes. Last 2 stores here, Toy Tokyo. This one's going to be a little bit of, you know, a battle. Toy Tokyo is kind of weird how they do stuff. But they do have the Masters of the Universe, the majority of the Masters of the Universe stuff, and they have a Scott Pilgrim soda as well. I think, I don't remember the names of some of these. So we have Spikor, that's the Funko soda. There's Ninjor, there is King Hiss, and then they also have a Scott Pilgrim soda, which I'm trying to find the name on here. Envy Adams. Yeah, Envy Adams is the soda. So yeah, I imagine these selling out pretty quick. These are also going to be available on the Funko Shop because they drop everything on there and you have the chance of getting a con sticker, which we'll talk about at the end. But yeah, Toy Tokyo, they drop randomly. I honestly can't predict of when that's going to happen. Usually it's that weekend, I would say a good 60-70% of the time, but I mean, honestly, who knows with Toy Tokyo. So good luck getting those. Those are going to be pretty hard to get because Masters of the Universe is always a really popular line. I don't know about the sodas. Maybe we'll have to see. I mean, those are limited, obviously, but definitely the 2 Masters of the Universe pops that are in there are going to be a little bit tricky. So like I said, Instagram pages, follow those up when those go live, or follow Toy Tokyo on Twitter. That would probably be the best way to stay up to date on those and know the fastest way to get those. Okay, last two. I don't foresee these being very popular, but I mean, who knows? Walmart's gonna have 2 exclusives. They have Recyclops, Dwight as Recyclops version 3, which I don't think is necessary at all. And then they have a Fortnite Pop, which is Bash. And I see these being pretty easy to find in store. Last Comic-Con, they had 3 exclusives and they had tons of them. They were so easy to find, guys. Day of the con, they should release them. And they usually will have them in the normal pop section or behind like the electronics counter. But you could use, I don't know, just use your best judgment on this one. Show up that day of, check your Walmarts, ask the people at the electronics counter, and good luck to this one. You can also get this one online. Usually they'll do it a little bit early before the actual Comic-Con day, but overall should be pretty easy to get these 2. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for all of the New York Comic-Con exclusives. There's a ton. And there's a lot that I definitely want, and I'm hoping that I can, you know, go to each store, hit up the Funko Shop, and make sure I get everything. A little tip for you guys. So I would say a majority of these pops are actually going to be available on Funko's website. So those Funko Shop ones that I talked about, those are exclusive to there, but you can also get, I think probably almost all of these actually on the website, and you have the chance of getting a con sticker. So if you want to take the gamble and you want to try and get a con sticker, definitely hit up the Funko Shop when those drop on October 8th. I don't know a time specifically and when that's going to happen. But yeah, guys, I mean, use your best judgment. If you want to get a con sticker, that's the best way that you're going to get one since the show actually isn't happening. But overall, guys, let me know in the comment section below what you're excited to get. I would say probably my top 3 that I'm very excited to get would be like the Simpsons ones, Danny Phantom, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy. And I think those are like my top wants for sure. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. If you learned anything, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one or anything related to New York Comic-Con Funko. So guys, thanks for watching again. You guys are the best. Remember to be kind to one another. Always promote positivity, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.